I'm Jake, and this is Kitty, and we're missing our third crew member, Callie, but this is the Vantion, and we've lived in it for about 9 months. We're just putting it up for sale now, and we're ready to rock. We're actually moving to Hawaii is the plan.
This content is sponsored by Outdoorsy. Through Outdoorsy, you can rent your camper van out to make extra cash, and you can rent a van to try van life before you commit.
The van is a 2019 170 extended Mercedes Sprinter. This one's the dually, the 3500, and this one actually is an XD, which is like extra duty, has a little bit more payload. So we did the swivel seats, obviously. This is a clutch move, especially if you're trying to increase your living space. This is like kind of our casual little tea table setup. This is actually a cookie of an entire walnut tree that we poured resin into. It's mounted to lagoon mount, swivel mount, so this thing rises and lowers and can actually like swivel around and kind of become like our working space. So this is actually solid black walnut. We planed it down to be thinner so it's lighter, so you don't have any top heavy roll in the van, but it is actually like real black walnut, which is what we have in terms of species throughout the entire van. We did dimmable lights throughout on the ceiling. You can see, then as well as under the cabinet, we did dimmable LEDs as well. And we've got kind of vibe lights over here. Those are color changing and dimmable LED strip lights. For climate control, we have two rooftop Max Air fans. These are set to turn themselves on and off based on a thermostat. So you can actually set it and forget it. There's one at the front, one in the back. And one is set to suck the air out and the other one pulls the air in, so we get a nice cross flow. We also have louvered windows on the sides, and that kind of allows full ventilation, and so even on the hottest days the van stays basically what it is outside in the shade. We have a modular cabinet over here, and we actually built a tube steel frame. This white frame that you see is made out of welded tube steel, and we bolt it into the track, and I'll touch base on the track here in a little bit, but what that allows us to do is move this forward and back, or change sides, or just completely remove it. All the latches in the van are these marine grade cabinet latches. These things are super clutch if you are going off-road at all, which this is like a 4x4 van. That was kind of the intention. So you can kind of see it's just like a quick latch. You can see how this thing is mounted. Don't mind our food. And then we've got a little bookshelf over here. That's kind of like a nice little corner bookshelf. We like that. And then this is everyone's favorite thing. These little mason jars. We kind of brought the hipster vibes in with the mason jars. And these are actually just screwed in with the lid. And we unscrew them. We use these for all kinds of seasoning, and like this is granola. You can see here we've got blackout shades on both of these windows right now, and we have 270 windows in the van, but we have the ability to completely dark out the van. Move down, we did a walnut butcher block countertop, and then what we did in this one, we wanted to have a lot of plant life in this van, so these three are removable plant boxes. We put some succulents in there for our travels over the last 9 months or so. We did a 2-burner sink combo. It's made by Can. It's kind of like the Dometic program, but basically 2 burners of propane, which is plumbed into the green bottle, and then on-demand cold water tap. We didn't do hot water in the sink area on this van just because we chose to keep our plumbing as simple as possible, but we did install a massive filtration system. So actually this van has 50 gallons of fresh water on board. All of that can actually be pumped out of any body of water or just filled with a regular hose. We could back up to a muddy puddle and fill our tanks with that mud water, and it would filter it all and make it suitable for human consumption. We have huge drawers for tons of storage, and everything is on, like I said, marine grade snaps and soft close drawers. Got like nice little double drawer here. Down below we have Dometic 95 liter dual zone fridge. This thing is really efficient with the 12 volt, and it's really nice because you can do like freezer and fridge. We don't really have much that we freeze, so we do fridge on both sides. It's all mounted to a heavy duty drawer slide, so this drawer can actually hold about 500 pounds. Like I could literally like jump on top of this drawer and it would be fine. Something also that's important in this van that not many people do is we do toe kick drawers all the way around. So that's like all of our manuals and some fun gizmos under there, chargers and whatnot. We also have a Bluetooth monitoring system, so I just have an app on my phone that monitors our lithium batteries and our charge state from our solar and all that fun stuff. We have 200 amp hours of lithium battery on board, as well as 400 watts of solar on the roof. We also charge from the van when we're driving on the alternator. It's got a smart relay. We have shore power, so you can always plug it into standard 15 amp extension cord. We have huge drawers. All of this, again, is on 500 pound strength rated drawers. And so we have massive storage drawers to hold all of our food. And then moving down, we've got a big drawer. This is kind of where we keep our clothes in this van.
From
just materials.
Really?
Yeah. Because like the way you make those is you have to... Moving back to the bed slash couch, I guess. And this is the Z-bed configuration. So this backrest actually kind of does a little backflip and lands in the middle. And it becomes quite a big bed. It's just over the size of a queen size bed. And it's actually big enough with the windows that you can choose to sleep either horizontally. We have actually hung out in here with 8 people. We did like a Thanksgiving dinner type thing the other day. It's like 6'3", I believe, long and like 6'4" wide. And then we put a nice floating table in the middle. Cool, so like I was saying, there's drawers down the length of this side, and then there's another small drawer on the passenger side under the seat. This table's really beautiful. It's definitely the nicest table I've ever put in a van. It's super luxury in here. We poured a little bit more resin and made it kind of a river table with this pearlescent fleck through the middle of it. Something else we decided to do with this van is we put powder-coated, color-matched L-track throughout the entire living space and garage. And we chose to do that over the bed area for the purpose of stacking a bed. Some might have some kids that might want to buy this van. It would be very easy to make a second sleeping platform that is convertible, so you could stack a queen-size bed on top of this queen-size bed. From here, we can move back into the garage. I'm going to go ahead and pull this table out. And this has an area in the back we actually built specifically to store the table. Welcome to the black hole, as we call it. This is the gear garage slash wet bath. This is the biggest garage I've ever built in a van. Took rubberized TPO flooring and put it on all the walls, so it's all like really tough, meant to really withstand kind of the abuses of van life and also whatever sport you're chasing. In particular, we kind of tend to follow paragliding and climbing, so everything in here has to be resilient enough to handle wet gear and dirty gear and metal gear. So we've got a bamboo workbench over here. So this whole workbench is actually on a hinge, so we can just hinge that right up. And here we have a Nature's Head composting toilet. And then we also had to have, this was a requirement in this van, was a full height wardrobe. So we've got a 12-inch wide full height wardrobe, and this goes floor to ceiling in the van. One of the most versatile ways that people I've seen use this L-track is fork mounts for their mountain bikes. And when we first built the van, we actually did a test and had 5 bikes. With the rubberized wall and the stainless steel shower pan that I was standing on, if you threw your bike in here, you can just hose it out. And like everything will drain into your shower pan, and it's basically an entire dry room or wet room. What we did on the floor is the entire floor of the garage is stainless steel shower grate with the L-track bolted all the way around. It's all drained into one single drain point. It's huge. It's like 4 feet by 4 feet roughly. It's bigger than my shower was in my house before I moved into the van. It's a massive shower. This is an outdoor shower system as well. You just open the back doors and you've got yourself a party shower on the outside. But on those cold winter days, let's say you go skiing and you are trying to warm up after skiing, you've got the indoor shower option. We just hang a shower curtain to protect our gear off of the L-track on the ceiling, and it becomes like a nice little shower booth in here, and it all just drains out the bottom into the gray water system. The shower is on demand. It's a propane plumbed with the green bottle 1-pound tanks. This is a separate heated space. So the front is heated off of diesel air, and it is also plumbed back here on a valve. And this guy right here is enough to keep your boots dry and keep the rear garage completely thawed out. This is also where we fill our water tanks out of, so we can just screw a hose into this guy right here, and that will either fill our water tank, or you can actually flip a valve and have that pump out of a body of water into the shower system. And so you could literally have an unlimited hot water shower if you were, let's say, next to like a river or a lake that you could just run a hose down to. Well, yeah, thanks for coming and checking out our van, the Vantion. If you want to follow us on our travels at all, we have an Instagram page. It's just the Vantion, no spaces, spelled like mansion. Oh, hey, kitty. And plenty of kitty content on there. You can also meet my partner who couldn't be with us today. And yeah, hope to see you out on the road.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you hadn't noticed, we do sell an ebook for how to convert a van. It has over 190 pages of detailed instructions and diagrams, also 25 video tutorials which are specifically for the ebook buyer. Creating a van for many people is obviously a really intimidating project, but I really believe, and I've seen it time and time and time again, that with the right information, anyone can turn out with a pretty decent van conversion. So check the link in the description, subscribe to the channel if you are not already, and drop us a comment if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.